or DFW area.
That's cool. Yeah, those trips from those pictures were really awesome.
Man, it was amazing. It was a good time.
That's a hell of an experience, man.
It was really pretty.
I'm envious.
I love Africa, man. I went for a missions trip back in 2018, I believe. Yes, 2018. I went to Uganda, and that was something else too, man. That was really cool.
That's awesome, dude. Next time I'll come
It's
with you.
definitely a different kind of world, you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna give everybody about 4 more minutes to jump in here for anybody that can. Also, if anybody has any questions about the challenge or anything that we got going on with options, drop them in the chat for me. I'm going to maybe cover your question, but just in case, I want to make sure I get through everything anybody has on their mind. So go ahead and drop those in the chat while we wait for anybody else to get in here.
Cool.
Babysit this meta position real quick. Where we trading today, guys? Everybody in meta with me?
Got some meta
Yeah.
going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Evan, just while we got everyone on the mic and everything and aside from the chat, just want to thank you for everything that you do for us and, throwing the alerts and everything out on the screen, CPI data, everything like that, keeping us up to date. Much appreciated, man.
Appreciation goes a long way, Nate.
Yeah,
Because
for sure.
whenever I get anything wrong, I definitely get the unappreciative side. when I make right calls, it's not always
Oh yeah,
always
everyone
good luck.
loves to complain, right?
Yeah. So let's see how much time we got. 3 more minutes. So go ahead while we're waiting. Go ahead and type in the chat, even if you don't have any questions. On a scale of 1 to 3, your options level experience, with a 3 being you trade options with me, you are confident, you know what you're doing, and a 1 being I have no idea what I'm doing, and 2 would just be kind of somewhere in the middle, some idea, traded a couple times here and there, but I'm not 100% sure.
Man, I'm looking for the chat. I'm on my phone. I usually do Zoom meetings on my computer, but I can't find the chat window.
That's cool. I know you. I know you're a 1, Cole.
Yeah, one
I
and a quarter.
think you're about ready to be a 3 with us. Cole, you've been paper trading, right? Or have you just been
Yeah,
keeping
paper
it
trade.
small?
I'm paper trading and I'm keeping it small on any cash.
Cool. Yeah,
Some
that's the
little
I'm
way to
stuff.
throwing
do it.
2.5 because I'm learning debit spreads, iron condors, and things like that. That's my next focus. So
Cool. So that'll be perfect for the next challenge. So I want to run this challenge, try and get some new people. Our group kind of died with the retail trading dying. We had like 200 members, and now we got like 40 or 50. So I'd like to build our group back up. And then the next challenge I want to do an option selling challenge. So just selling
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
cash secured puts, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I'd like that.
Yeah, that's my bread and butter too, man. Like I can afford a lot of the risks I take because of that. Like, I sold a buttload of cash secured puts on Facebook at like $90. I'm probably gonna close all those out today, and it's just free money.
yeah, I'd really like to learn that type of strategy because I've got a couple of stocks that are in my portfolio that are really underneath it, and I know there's a way that I can use a strategy to, do that same strategy that you're doing, basically.
Yeah, especially if you have a larger account. So this is
Right.
perfect. This one's perfect for people with a smaller account, but if you have a larger account, selling options is where it's at. All right, so I'm really shitty at I'm great at trading. I'm horrible at presenting. But let's get this party going here. It looks like we got a nice chunk of people, which is good. So I'm hoping to have at least 30 people in this challenge. That would be the goal. I know just about everybody that's already a Pitbull is doing it. Probably got about 20 from there. So we get 10 new people to join the team, or at least join the challenge with us. That would be ideal. Make sure I'm recording this. Hi, Josephine Chase. All right, so learn to earn options challenge disclaimer real quick. So trading is risky. most people lose money, even plenty of people who are smart, well-guided. The best traders in the world have lost shit tons of money this year. So if you're trading and you plan on just getting rich and not losing any money, you are in the wrong place. You will lose money. I got an official disclaimer here that any and all information discussed for educational purposes only. I am an educator, not a financial advisor. If I refer you to a certain stock or commodity, it doesn't mean buy or sell it. It means it's what I'm doing. I keep my tail clean by, I don't give any recommendations. I just tell you what I do. If you want to do what I do, you're welcome to, and if you want to do that too. Results may differ. I had somebody in the Pitbull group trading better with me who lost 20% and they were done. And then you got me, I'm up 400%. So I'm not trying to brag. I'm just saying, like, there's times where your risk tolerance is different than mine. Your strategy is different than mine. With this challenge, we're going to try and all come together. We're going to all be trading the same thing. We're just going to trade SPY to learn. Just keep it real simple. And it's going to be focused on quick money, in and out, scalping. You know, we're going to avoid the open. This is basically going to be easier trading for people to practice and learn and just get the hang of it. That's why I did it with a $1,000 account. So the challenge is just a fun way, a competitive way. To learn as you earn. So we're gonna trade as a team. I don't know where these little lines came from on my screen either. So fuck it. But the challenge is for anyone trying to learn how to day trade options and scalp options. You have to have at least 1K account. Now, if maybe you have a 1K account, but you're terrified of losing that 1K, that's all you have. You could do this with a paper account, as long as if you want to compete for the prizes. I got to know that with paper accounts, you can like delete your account and make a new one with a new amount of money in it every day if you want to. You can get real funky with it. So as long as you guys aren't doing that and can prove to me that you're not doing that, then you can use a paper account if you want to learn that way. So the rules are going to be everybody has to start with 1K in their account. You cannot add money or deposit money into this account during the challenge. If you do, you can. If you like, I don't know, if you blow through your $1,000 or you're doing great, you want to add more, but you're not going to be in the running to win anything. You got to post a screenshot of your account balance every day along with the trades you made. We're going to try to do one trade a day. If maybe you get stopped out early and you want to enter another trade, that's cool too. But I'm going to keep it to, I'll probably trade 3 times a day because I know we got people on all different schedules. I'm going to trade once in the morning, probably around like 10 a.m. Eastern time, 11 a.m. Eastern time, somewhere in there. Once in the early afternoon, 12:30, 1 o'clock, and then try and make a trade at the close. I can't guarantee that'll happen every day because the opportunities might just not be there. Other days, there might be a great opportunity right at the open and we just want to go all in. Then it's kind of hard to say. But you got to post the trades that you made and why you made them. And it's going to last for 6 weeks. So it's going to take us to the end of the year. So what's going to be included? So you're going to have a launch conference with me where we're going to go over all this stuff and come up with a more exclusive plan for you. You're going to get exclusive access to the Learn to Earn Telegram room. You'll get 8 weeks of, let's say, of the Pitbull alerts rooms. You'll get our options alerts. You'll get our day trading alerts. You'll get guided learning, and there's over $3,000 in prizes that you can win. So the prizes for a first place winner, $1,000 in cash, 3 months of the Pitbull alerts was $600, and a one-on-one strategy with me was about $400, about $2,000 worth of prizes there. Second place is going to get 3 months of their alerts paid for, and a one-on-one session with me. And third place, you'll get a month of free alerts. All right, so it's going to start November 14th, which is in 5 days. First 20 people to sign up get early bird pricing. If you're already in the alerts, it's free. So I was going to charge $500 for the challenge. And I promise I will give you way more value than $500. But then I'm giving it to everybody in the alerts already for free. And the alerts are only $200 a month. So we'll just say if you join the alerts, you can get it for free. If you would rather send me $500 and just do the challenge and not stick with us afterwards, that's fine too. We'll be trading live. So I'm going to try and do as many screen shares, as many live streams as possible. And you'll have a chat where I'm basically entering all my trades in and telling you everything I'm doing. For this challenge, I won't be sharing. So if you join the challenge and this is your first time trading options, I would kind of recommend not paying attention to the other alerts as much, because I might be like today I entered a really risky swing trade on Tesla that's getting fucking demolished right now. which if you've been trading with us for a while, you would know that that was a really risky swing trade around CPI tomorrow, and you probably wouldn't enter it, or you would if you want to risk it with me and you got some good profits from Meta or something. But if you're newer, I wouldn't touch that trade. I'd stay far away from that. So you'll have access to those, and you'll have access to all the information. I want to show you what everything is there. Let's see. Anybody have any questions? Yeah, drop them in the chat for me. Not sure. Do you guys see Telegram on my screen right now?
No.
That's terrible. All right, all right, so Telegram, boom. So I blasted this out to everybody, so the chat's gone. So this is what will be in this learn to earn option challenge, trading challenge. This is where we'll post the trades, and you can ask any questions about the trades. Ask how much I'm going in. Am I buying one contract? Am I buying 10 contracts? What am I doing there? And where I want you guys to post the results is in the free stock picks in this section of it. I have this thing like broken down into rooms, kind of like a Discord now, which is cool, but you gotta have 200 members in a group to do this. So let's get 200 members in the main group. If you want to see, so this is on right now where it's all day trading, and it's mostly us just talking at this point, but let's see. You'll see right here, this is where I post like my day trades for quickness. I added to Meta at 102.4. It's probably the only day trade I did today. I might add a little before that. But you get the idea. So this will be like what the challenge chat is, just a little bit more focused, and you'll get access to all these. This is the options alerts that you'll get access to. These levels will be important for the challenge. If you don't want to trade SPY, I'd recommend just trading SPY with us and learning. But for the pit bulls in the room who are seeing this, who might not know about this yet, when I'm dropping these, basically, if Tesla breaks over 194.92, I'm going to go long calls real quick, in and out on a scalp. If it goes below 191.22, I'm going to go short with puts on a scalp, in and out real quick. Same with all these. So you guys have been seeing those, but I haven't been able to use them. That's how I would use those. And if you would have done this on Tesla today, under 191, you probably have a pretty good day. I think it's down to 185. Geez. Oh, it's getting demolished. So that's about it. Anybody got any questions? Nothing.
I do have a question on the SPY levels. Is it going to be in the same format?
What do you mean by format?
Like, are we scalping, or what exactly are we going to do there? Just like, opening calls only, or is it a mix of everything?
Sure. Yeah, we'll play both upside and downside. So it'd be calls and puts. Let me actually pull my screen up and I'll show you kind of what we'll be doing. So we'll do calls and puts, and it's mostly going to be scalping. Some will be day trades. I'll leave that up to your discretion. So like anybody who's traded with me knows that like I'll share what I'm doing, but if you want to do something else, I'm not going to stop you. You're welcome to. So maybe I scalped in and out of it in 5 minutes, and that's part of the challenge. That's how you can win, is essentially not doing the same thing as everybody else. So maybe I'm scalping in and out of something in 5 minutes, and you're going to hold it because you see more upside. You hold it for longer and you make more that way, or you hold it for longer and you get wrecked because of it. But that's what makes the challenge interesting. Like not everybody's going to be doing the exact same thing, but we'll all be doing something similar and guided. Does that answer your question?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Awesome. Let me just switch screens here to this screen. Are you guys seeing Webull now? Stock charts?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. All right, so boom, if we were trading SPY right now, we'd be sitting here staring and waiting. So I'll be teaching things like for newer people who aren't in the group, and for the people that have been in the group and know this already, this is nothing new, but you'll see the EMAs that I use. Like I use a 9 EMA, a 20 EMA, a 50 EMA, and a 200 EMA. And when this 9 EMA, which is the purple line, is under the 20 EMA, which is the orange line, I'm not doing much unless it was way down here and there's like a mean reversion trade. So we'll get into different types of trades in challenge. So a mean reversion trade would be like when SPY dropped down to 377.50 here, and it came back up and it was a 377.71. See how far away we are from any moving average? So that's a mean reversion trade, just saying that you're going to go back to a moving average, which it did immediately after. So we would have been in at like 178 and out probably around 178.40. So real small, small moves there, but they're safe moves. And if you're trading with a larger account and you master these safe moves with a small account, we have guys in the group that do 5-figure days on a regular basis from trading baby moves like that, just little tiny mean reversions or a breakout. But what it's doing right now, what SPY's doing right now, I would do absolutely nothing with. I would just sit here and wait. So you can kind of have maybe a higher low here. Doesn't look great. Fed president, blah, blah, blah. Nothing too exciting there. So that's a lot of it too, is just waiting and watching. But now as we're moving up, if we break over that 9 EMA, we're going to watch for the 9 EMA to be carried. I get in right here. I'm watching for this 9 EMA to break over the 20 EMA to stay with it. If it breaks back down, I'm back out. This is going to be tricky for me trading with a small account too, because I'm not used to working with a cash account. So what I would do here is I would buy a bunch of calls. And I'd wait for about 30 seconds, a minute. And if it didn't break out, then I would just exit it. But if you're doing it with a cash account, you can't do that because now your money for this. So it's going to make me be a little bit more of a sniper, less of a machine gun trader. Has anybody here traded SPY before? Have any questions about traded SPY? Okay, Tiffany asked if I could repeat. Actually, Tiffany had 2 good questions. So she said, if with only $1,000, we will only be doing 3 trades a week if we're doing scalps or day trades, correct? No. So that's why we're using a cash account, Tiffany. And you'll see SPY's breaking out right here. It looks like, so I'd still be holding here. It's pulling over 9 EMA. We're using a cash account with the purpose being that you don't have to make less than 3 trades a week like you would in a margin account. There is no pattern day trade rule for cash accounts. That's why we want it to be cash accounts. What it does do though is, let's say you enter a SPY call right here for 200 bucks and it goes up to 230 and you take profits. Now that $230 you cannot use to trade on that same day, but options settle overnight, so you can use it the next day. So part of the reason we're doing it that way is it's going to help you with discipline, because if you don't have your money, you have to pick your trades very carefully in order to be successful trading a cash account. Because if you just go all in on one trade and you get stopped out after 3 minutes, your trading's done for the day, which could be, I mean, that's cool too. I mean, a lot of people, I know a lot of successful traders that trade just like that. And they trade for 15 minutes a day and they either hit it big or they stop out and that's their day and that's it. Yes. So this is the order book level 2. So I asked if this was level 2 inside. This is the order book level 2 and this is time and sales. So that's another thing that I'll be teaching you on, is the time and sales, how to read this, how I use this to scalp. There's some questions. Let me see. Can you repeat what you said about the 9 EMA and 20 EMA? So this is just one like technical indicator that I use, but you'll notice that, so the 9 EMA is the purple line. You see right here where the 9 EMA broke over the 20 EMA on the 1 minute. When that happens, it's a very bullish sign, short-term bullish, since it's on the 1 minute. And so when the 9 EMA broke the 20 EMA, we went from 378.60, and then we topped up by button against the 200 EMA at 379.60. So you have a nice size move there of a whole $1. If we're trading options, it's going to be a couple $100 usually, depending on how many contracts we have. And so we take that move and be done probably for the day there. How do you feel about UVXY as a trade slower than SPY? Somebody asked. So we don't want to trade slower than SPY. Part of the reason that I want to use the SPY is because of the way it moves. So let's pull up UVXY so I can show you why. So UVXY looks relatively bullish here, but let's just say we entered a trade. Let's say so it broke over VWAP. Maybe inverse head and shoulders. I got to zoom out a little bit, see what we got going on. It looks bullish, bullish, bullish. But it's buttoned up against the 200 EMA on the 1 hour, which is 10.15. So if this is the trade that you wanted to make, we would buy some $10 calls here, right? And then we're waiting. And while that can be beneficial because it gives you more time to make a decision, it can also bore me to death. So if I die, we can't run the challenge. So that in short, that's the answer. And if that's what you want to trade in the challenge and that's what you've been trading, you've been practicing it and that works for you, you can do that. You probably won't see the benefit that we see, but maybe do that for the first week. And then you look at your account next to everybody else's account that's been trading SPY with us. And if we're kicking your ass, then maybe you switch it up and maybe you're doing better than we are. And we want to take some advice from you. I don't know. That's the cool thing about the pit bulls is we all work together. Like I started this thing, but everybody else really carries it. Like Nathan, Cole, these other guys in this group that you see, they contribute a ton. I'd have taken vacations for weeks at a time and they'd probably don't even notice I'm gone. So everybody works together and takes care of each other. We're like a team that trades together. And that's part of the reason we do it. Like trading is lonely shit. If you'll see, like I'm locked in a tiny little room with my walking treadmill, a bunch of computer screens. That's my life. So I'm a social butterfly at heart. So I want to trade with people. I would love to be on a trading floor in New York City, but I got kids, so I'm gonna take care of them, get them off the bus and shit still. That's level 2 on the right. Yes. What website are you using on your screen? This is Webull, which is a broker I would recommend. So Chase, let's see. Chase answered for me. See, I hope no pattern day trade will that not come true. No PDT will that is not true when it comes to Robinhood, right? False. So Robinhood also does not have a PDT rule as long as you have a cash account. The trick is the cash account. That's why I told everyone to make sure they have a cash account. Going into this, couldn't tell because I don't have a desktop.
I have a question when you're ready.
Yeah, hit me.
So maybe I'm a little confused about the PDT, but so for Robinhood, I do know that options do clear the next day, so you can throw your money on another option and sell out that same day, the next day, even though you made a trade the day before. I've sworn that Robinhood only allows you to do that 3 times per week.
That's on a margin account though.
And I'm not on margin.
So then it shouldn't. I don't know, but I guess my quick and easy answer is don't use Robinhood. Now we won't even have to talk about it. Robinhood's just god awful, dude. I mean, like you can't read a chart on there. My 12-year-old uses it and likes it all right, but it's like I don't. It's not trading software. It's a game. I don't know. Yeah, so you could be set up as a margin account and not use margin, and it still limits you to that many trades. I'd recommend opening a Webull account, honestly, and just biting the bullet. And if you have to start the challenge a few days late or paper trade for the first week, I would say it's worth it. The execution numbers on Robinhood are terrible. Like you can't get trades picked up. So we'll be trading, like let's just say we're trading SPY. So this looks like it's on a downtrend under the 9 EMA. That's on the 5 minute, so we'll enter off the 1 minute, but overall we'll see a downtrend on the 5. So let's just say that we're gonna get some 178 puts on SPY as soon as it comes back up to 9 EMA. And never. So we're at it now. We get those for $100, and you put the order in on Robinhood to get those for $100, and it doesn't go through, and ours went through, and then you just miss the trade because it won't get filled at the price that we paid. Does Webull have paper trading to practice actually execute trade? Yes, Webull does have paper trading. I'm always like skeptical of working through my accounts and stuff with my screen shared, but I know there's a relatively easy way to get to it. Somewhere in the settings or something, you switch it.
That mobile E-Trade Pro that you had me download works really good too now.
Yeah, Power E-Trade is way better on the mobile side.
Power E-Trade, I like that.
All right, so anybody who's not in the pit bulls already and wants me to send them a link to get signed up for the challenge and $ less.
Yeah, I think the paper trading is right there under your account on that left bar.
Oh,
Is that
okay.
I think that's it. Yeah, but down a few more.
Boom.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so you see this little icon here that says paper trading. Boom, and then you can just set it up. Bam. And you'd have to add a widget to like buy and sell, place simulated order, new order, place simulated order. I just bought something.
Does anybody know if you can open 2 accounts in Webull? I got a margin account with them. Can I have a cash account as well?
I don't know.
I think it was only letting me try to switch the account types. That account's locked up. I can't switch it. But I think I'm going.
I know you need to close all your open positions and stuff to switch it.
Right. Yeah, I think I'm going to TD Ameritrade.
I use TD too.
Yeah.
So I'll probably use TD for this one because, so I got my Webull account down to $1,000 and then I was like, I can't help it. I was like, fuck it, YOLO. That
Yeah.
was down again.
That's what happens every time.
Now
Every
it's,
time.
now it's 7,000.
Yeah. Every time I put a grand in Robinhood, that's what happens too.
So I 7x, I win the challenge. I just 7x my account in one day. I wouldn't expect that to happen again. But yeah, there we go.
And let's do that on day one.
That would be fantastic. I'm not planning on taking any risks like that on day one or ever actually during this challenge. I want to focus on less risk is the goal here. Small wins, you know, if we can double the account over the 6 weeks, I think that'd be great. If people are dropping $400 for 2 months of alerts to join us, I would like to minimally get a 50% return on everybody's account and get everybody to make money plus their investment. That would be ideal. Is anybody here on a time budget? So like I can only trade between the hours of noon and 2 or anything like
Yeah,
that. Go ahead.
I kind of am, but I mean, mine's just hit and miss. I do construction, so I might get a call and have to be out of the office and go look at something and then come back to the office. So I'm just kind of in and out all day.
Yeah, same with me. I'm kind of doing it on the side.
I'd say the key with those situations, and Cole can probably attest to this, is patience. So if you know you have a call or a meeting coming up where you're not gonna be able to pay attention to stocks and it starts in 15 minutes and we're entering a trade right there and you get in the trade and we're waiting and it's consolidating, it's trading sideways and you're like, I don't know if this is gonna happen. I don't wanna risk it. You just cut your losses or go out of break even or take a smaller gain and call it a day and go on about your
That's what I
business. So just
usually
not
do.
forcing trades is probably important in that situation. Any other questions? I feel like people have been blowing me up with questions and having money in here. Like 200 people said they want to do this, and then I messaged every single one of them, and I think like 50 replied. And you see, we got like 20.
Are you surprised though?
Moderately, not really. I guess it's kind of typical. It's
So many
annoying.
people want to do this until it comes down to doing it.
Yeah, it's frustrating because I only want to give it my attention if it's going to benefit somebody. I'm not going to put a bunch of effort, attention into it because honestly, I trade better when I'm not distracted at all, when I'm not thinking about anybody else's account or anything. So it can negatively affect my trading. So I'm going out on a limb for everybody else. I expect them to at least show up.
I got a quick question. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
When are you using your or I'm sorry, what scale do you enter and exit usually with your if you're using EMA? Are you using 1 minute?
Yeah, typically for the scalps, I'm using 1 minute, but so I always want to work backwards. So let's take Meta for example. So
I was looking
Meta,
at SPY and like 5 minute. I was looking at the 5 minute time frame today, and it's like as soon as it crosses, I mean, it was done. It was reversing today. So I was just
sure.
trying
Yeah.
to get
So
some
I would
half an hour.
start at the daily. So let's look at SPY. So if you look at the daily, the 9 EMA is over the 20 EMA on the daily, but the 20 EMA, the 9 EMA, and the 50 EMA are all coming together, which is a sign of consolidation. It's not a sign of a breakout or breakdown. So this is not telling me anything on the daily. It's basically just telling me that it's going to trade sideways probably for a little bit, and then it's going to go one way or the other, which is you can say that, I guess. Now, if I go down to the hourly, this is what I'm saying, work backwards from the bigger time frames to the smaller. So then I go down to the hourly and I see that it fell to the 200 EMA and it's holding up relatively well. It's broken under it a little bit here and there, but it pulled over it 2 days ago and it has held over it on the hourly relatively well, and it's pulled back there now. So if I was going to enter calls around this 200 EMA on the 1 hour, maybe a good spot to look. Then I'm going to drop down to the 30 minute and see that we're a nice amount under the EMA, and plus the 9 EMA is under the 20 EMA, which is also broken under the 50 EMA. So that's a sign of concern. And I'm going to say I'll probably wait for confirmation, drop down to the 5 minute and see that it can't seem to break the 9 EMA here. So I'm still just waiting. And here we see that it is broken above the 20 EMA. So if that pulls this 9 EMA over the 20 EMA, then the 20 EMA pulls over the 50 EMA, we should be golden at least until VWAP. But I'm gonna exit quicker knowing what I know about all the other time frames looking bearish or
Okay,
like they're
makes
consolidating.
sense. Appreciate that. And one other quick question on that. Does it, because the only technical analysis I've really learned is using EMAs, using MACDs and RSI. Does it make a lot more sense during a bull market? Because I'm getting spanked in this market trying to use T,
Yes. Are you using it to swing or day trade?
day trade.
Practice more. I don't know.
Okay.
Quick,
No, that's
quicker
fair.
stops or quicker entries and exits. I'm not sure exactly what you got going on. I will say that this is the toughest market to trade in the history of markets. I've been trading now for like 6-7 years.
Okay.
I've been trading really heavy for the past 3 or 4 years, and I can tell you this is by far the hardest terrain that I've ever looked at. So boom, I'm in here on calls on SPY. Let's do this real quick together. Let's see if we can
Boiler bands with
Oh,
RSI helped me there.
yeah, Bollinger Bands will help a little bit. They can be tricky too, though.
Yeah.
Do you use it? Who was that asking the question? Was that Chris?
Yeah. Chris.
Do you use the tape at all? Do you read the tape over here?
I'll
Time and
go on
sales.
another app, a little bit. Another app I use it. I try
So
to.
time and sales is my king. Like if I had nothing else, I can trade without the charts if I have time and sales.
Okay.
This is the most important thing to me. So like when you see time and sales, and you'll see this in practice as we're doing the challenge, which is a big thing. When you see time and sales and it's going green, and my brain goes really fast. I don't know if other people can do this or not, but I read these numbers. I'll read like the top ones, or if you see it where there's like a green bar behind, like that one that just popped up for 294, that means somebody's putting in a bid over the ask. So they're paying over ask at that point. I see more of those types of orders going through right now. The green orders are coming pretty fast. They're still coming fast. There's some big orders going through over 1,000 shares at a time. More green orders coming fast. I'm staying bullish. And this is how fast my mind's going the
Okay.
whole time.
So
Staying
people
bullish,
are
staying
entering
bullish.
over ask just to get in, like, because they're feeling that it's really going to run right, on a short time frame anyway.
Yeah, it's big money doing filler kill orders. So
Okay.
somebody with big money who's like, I want this, I want to get these shares no matter what price, like they know it's not going to go up to 400 right now. And by the time the order is executed, so they'll execute and they'll clear the board. You see it's pulling back here, but we got the 9 EMA still pulling over the 20 EMA. So this would be a time where I held. I would just be holding, watching time and sales. I'm seeing some big orders come through. They're coming fast. We're at 86. And I'll watch the this has messed me up trading small caps, but I'll watch the penny column. So I'll watch like, okay, we're at 80, 81, 78. And I say it to myself too, 78, 79, 80, 80, 80, 81, 84, 85, 83. And like the second I start, those numbers start going the opposite direction, and let's just pretend, or let's just watch it together and we'll see how much time I got. Less than 1 minute. Shit.